You may remember we did a couple of videos back about the new truck that we got and how happy we were about it. Yeah, well, this video is going to be about that truck also. Hi, I'm Felix.
And I'm Cindy.
In 2019, we sold everything and moved into our RV full-time.
Since then, we've been traveling the country following my nursing contracts. On this channel, we hope to help others find their path to full-time RV living. We are the Roaming Gomes.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. For those of you new around here, I'm Felix.
I'm Cindy.
And we are the Roaming Gomes. And first of all, I know it's past. When this video comes out, it's going to be afterwards. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Hope you had a great day. I hope you had a great day.
Nice and relaxing.
Yeah. And we need to talk.
We do these things and have these adventures just so we can share them with you.
And so that you don't make the same mistakes we're making. A while back, we bought a new truck. We replaced our F-250 with a Ram 2500. And it's new to us. It's a 2016. And we were very happy because everything indicated that it would be the perfect truck for us and would pull our trailer quite handily and nicely.
And it will.
Yeah. You may also remember that before we left Tucson, Cindy had to get some dental work done.
I had a tooth that was infected and a filling had fallen out of it, and so it needed to be extracted. I got that done, and at the same time I got fitted for a partial plate on the bottom, so of course they had to have time to fix that, and we just made arrangements with them that once it was ready they would let us know and we would make time to go back to Tucson, which is about a 4-hour drive one way, to get that done. And Felix also needed, because we had bought the truck, Felix needed to get the emissions tested because our home address is in Tucson, and here in Cottonwood this county does not do emissions.
They don't require it, but Pima County, where Tucson is, does require it.
So in order for them to register the truck to us, we had to get those emissions checks done, which we thought nothing of. We're going to Tucson anyway. We'll kill two birds with one stone. And
even though we are very much against killing birds,
we would go and get both of those things done. Hit a couple of restaurants maybe while we were there. We got a hotel room because we didn't want to do 4 hours down there, do the chores we needed to do, and then come back 4 hours in the same day. As you know, if you watch us, we don't like driving more than 4 hours a day. So we decided, we just got a hotel room and decided we were staying there overnight, which ended up being an excellent idea.
So yeah, even before we found out that we needed to get the emission testing done down there, I wanted to take the truck because I wanted to try it out on the interstate and, you know, a full day's travel basically for us. And then the emissions testing thing came up and it was like, okay, now we need to take the truck.
And so we took off in the morning in plenty of time. I was 30 minutes early for my dental appointment. It was very short and to the point. I got my plate done and got back in the car before my appointment time. It was at noon. We were done before noon.
Which, if anybody's in the Tucson area, we highly recommend Houghton Family Dental. But prior to actually arriving in Tucson, we pulled over to get gas and do a quick potty break. And we did the gas. We were all ready to go. I hopped back in the truck, started to back up, went to get back on the interstate, and just as we were getting back on the interstate, I heard a ding. And I looked down at the dashboard, and the check engine light had come on. Okay. As everybody knows, check engine lights just come on sometimes. And we continued. And I didn't feel anything different in the truck. It didn't seem like it was giving me any kind of problem whatsoever. But they won't do emissions testing if you've got a check engine light on. So When Cindy was done with her dental appointment, as she pointed out, it took all of like a half hour, if less.
that much, yeah.
We went over to AutoZone and got the code read, and it came up transmission communications error. Just so happened to be a guy in the store at the time who was apparently a friend of one of the people that worked there that owned or was part owner of a car dealership, and he had a professional code reader in his car. So this gentleman, quite nicely and quite generously came over, hooked up, read the code just to be sure, said, yeah, it's a transmission communication error, and reset it.
And he explained to us in car people terms. I didn't understand much of it, but something about the gear ratio in the truck, that these trucks were famous for throwing that code even when there wasn't anything wrong.
Right. So I'm still thinking, okay, this is no big deal. This is just some kind of computer glitch, and it's all going to be fine. Well, he gets the check engine light turned off. We go, we do the emissions testing. We get it done. We pass. No problem. We then ran over to what is our home address at Cactus Country. I wanted to pick up a couple of things that I'd left in the deck box there. And we head over to our hotel. Everything's going as planned, except for that little side trip of having to reset the check engine light.
And we went to Walmart after that.
Oh, yeah. We went to Walmart, and we brought Bucky in with us.
We had him with us on the trip. We planned that, so we had him with us. And in Tucson, in this area, apparently people take their dogs everywhere. We've seen dogs in Walmart and outside patio restaurants and
in the supermarket.
Yeah, anywhere we go around here, we see people with especially small dogs, but also people bring the big dogs too as well.
Yeah. So we bring Bucky into the Walmart with us, and we needed to go get some things over in the pharmacy area, and we're walking back across the front of the store to go there, and
he starts pulling on the leash, and I look behind me, and he's laying out, all four little paws laying out like I'm not going anywhere. And I looked at Felix like, what?
And I looked down and realized that Bucky was dropping a load right across the front of the store. If you guys don't know, maybe not don't know this, but Bucky has a tendency to not just poop in one place.
It's like here.
Yes,
here.
He likes to spread the joy. So he did it basically across the front of the Walmart. There was a cleanup station not far from there, so I just grabbed some paper towels. I cleaned it up. It was no big deal.
I was just trying to keep people from stepping in it.
So, again, thus far, no tragedies, no big deals, no nothing. We head over to the hotel.
Didn't the check engine light come on just as we were leaving the emissions place, though?
Oh, yeah, it did. Yeah. So, again, hashtag blessed, you know. We got through the emissions testing, and then the check engine light came back on. But again, I'm thinking it's nothing. I'll just, when we get home, I'll bring it up to Larry Green Chevrolet, where I bought it, and have them look at it and just clear up whatever this is. We get to the hotel, and we check in, and I come back out to the truck to go park it. And I come around, and there's a parking spot for us, and I go to pull into the parking spot, and I'm not perfectly lined up. They were kind of really small parking spots, and I'm parking a big truck. So I back up to straighten myself out in the parking spot. And when I go to put the truck in drive, it jumps into manual shifting in 4th gear. What the heck is this?
I thought he had just bumped the manual button thing on his thing.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
So I put it back into park. I go to put it into drive again. It jumps into manual. I shut the truck off. I start it again. I go to put it in drive. Jumps into manual, 4th gear. So basically, I've got to floor this thing to get it to even inch forward because it's in 4th gear and stuck. Long story short, the transmission was shot.
We don't know the details yet.
Yeah, we don't know how shot yet. But we're now 4 hours away from where we're staying, and we don't have a vehicle to get back here with. Big problem. So I call Larry Green Chevrolet. And if you're going to be anywhere in the Cottonwood, Sedona, Jerome, Flagstaff area, and you're looking to buy a vehicle, I 110% recommend Larry Green Chevrolet. Let me tell you what happened, folks. I called them up. I got the gentleman by the name of Mike Ritchie on the phone, who had basically done all of my financing and laid out everything for the truck. And he said, you know what? Let me put you on the phone with Alex, the guy, your salesman. And he said, one way or the other, we'll get this straightened out. They put me on the phone with Alex. I explained to him what happened and the situation we're in. Long story short, guys, we're probably already too late for that. But they sent a guy towing a car trailer all the way down to Tucson, 4 hours, with a Chevy Blazer to loan us. Got my truck up onto the back of that trailer and drove it all the way back here to Larry Green Chevrolet. 4 more hours. I in my life, and this is no joke, this is honest and no exaggeration, I have never seen that level of customer service.
I was amazed. I really was. I thought they might make some suggestions of somebody in Tucson they knew, or somewhere we could try and get it towed to in Tucson, or, you know, kind of give us some suggestions of things to do, but I had no idea that they would send us a loaner car on the trailer and the trailer to pick up the truck at the same time.
They completely owned this. And the truck now is sitting at Larry Green Chevrolet. They took it yesterday. Yesterday was Saturday. That guy was in Tucson at our hotel at 9:30 in the morning, which means he left sometime around 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning to get to us. And specifically because he knew we had to check out of the hotel. Who does that? And it literally, this whole thing didn't disrupt our trip at all.
Not really. The only thing we had talked about doing was going to a couple of restaurants while we were there that we couldn't, obviously, because we didn't have transportation. We could have done Uber or something, I guess, if we wanted to that badly. But there was a little Irish pub type restaurant right attached to the hotel, so it was...
That served vegetarian and vegan food on the menu.
So it was just like 50 feet from our hotel room door, so it wasn't that big of a deal. And they also served breakfast, a breakfast buffet Saturday morning as well, so...
We didn't need the truck.
Yeah.
And then by 9:30, the Chevy Blazer was here. It just, I cannot say enough about the people that work at this place. Larry Green Chevrolet in Cottonwood, Arizona.
And we're not sponsored by them or anything.
No.
We're just telling you our experience.
No, and then, guys, if you want to sponsor us, I mean, we would take. I'll take a brand new Silverado. I mean, I know I said I'm not a big fan of Chevys, but
all around, it turned out well for the catastrophe it could have been. So we're thankful that we ran into the people we ran into, even at the AutoZone. The guy that knew how to reset, he had the machine to reset the engine light so we could go get the emissions done. And obviously the light is not anything about the emissions, so it really didn't have anything
I've gotten to the point where I feel like the universe is just looking out for us. I mean, if you guys watched that video of our disastrous trip here, the guy that just came out of nowhere and knew perfectly how to get me out of the jam that I'd gotten myself into. It just, everybody seems to be looking out for us, and I am truly appreciative.
Yeah. And that's a lesson too. If you're out somewhere and you see somebody struggling with something that you could help them with, ask if you can help. Tell them, if you're a great truck and RV driver and they're stuck, go ask, is there anything I can do? Give them some tips. Some people don't want to be bothered. Some people want to figure it out themselves, but be willing to go the extra mile and help. I mean, it didn't cost him anything to pull our truck out of that situation. So if you are in a place where you're seeing somebody struggle, there was the one time we were at the grocery store and there was this couple that had a brand new baby. They had a toddler in the cart, and one wife was holding the brand new baby and trying to bag the groceries at the time that the other wife was paying for them and putting them on the thing. It was just this whole big deal where she was holding this newborn baby trying to, and I went up to him and I said, "Can I hold the baby for you for a minute?" I mean, it was such a struggle for me to hold a brand new baby, but she said, "I guess so. Let me ask my wife." And so they were like, "Yeah." So, I mean, who's not going to trust two old gray-haired people in the grocery store? So, so I got to hold the little baby, and he was sweet, and they got their groceries done and thanked us for doing that. And it wasn't anything much, but it was something that as a mother of 5, I know what the struggle is trying to do things with one hand, and the struggle of being out trying to get groceries and too many things going on at once. So if you see people that are struggling, hold a door open. Just go up and ask if there's something you can do to help.
Be nice. And one other thing, and this is kind of to any RV newbies out there, and actually to the veteran RVers too. Camping season is coming up. You may not have used your truck, your tow vehicle, to tow since last year.
Yeah.
Get it checked out before you go on the road. I can't even imagine how bad this would have been if we'd have been towing the RV.
And the transmission.
When the transmission went. That's like a triple nightmare, Make sure your truck, your tow vehicle, whatever you're using to tow with, is road ready before you go on the road. Whether you've bought a new vehicle or you just haven't used it to tow since last season.
Check your tires, your brakes, your trailer brakes, everything.
And one last little final thing. The traffic through Phoenix still sucked.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yes. And if you want to see the video where I talk about that new truck, check it out right here.